And in some households, it's not going to be like Karida's submission. The man may actually want to cook. He might love cooking. He might prefer you cook in the car or where you live or stuff like that. But still, it's like, it's the joy of knowing that your future is secure with this guy.
Yes, I trusted him.
Because the thing is, it's okay for you to make mistakes, because we all make mistakes. But the fact that you made that mistake, you know that you made the mistake, and you're thinking of ways of how to rectify it, makes us even trust you even more. And that's the thing. It's okay. It's how secure. The thing is, when a man is secure in himself, we naturally feel that security.
Yeah.
And the thing that you said, Junior, was that how it's you guys are talking as if leading is easy. It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy, and we understand that. But the thing is, women are starting to lead now too.
I agree. I don't disagree with that.
They feel like men should be doing.
I don't disagree with that. The only thing I was saying is, where do you draw the line between a guy that is too controlling, making all the decisions, and let's not beat around the bush. Women complain about it a lot. Women complain about it a lot. My guy is too controlling. He makes all the decisions, doesn't let me give my input. And where do you draw the line between that guy? Wait, can I talk? You don't let me talk.
Let Junior finish. Let the man them finish.
Go on, Junior.
What did I do? The guy that comes across as too controlling, or the guy that you think is okay, maybe he's too nice and he's not as decisive as he should be, but at the end of the day, you're not letting him be decisive. We're like, it's very, very fuzzled. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's not the woman's job to let you lead.
But then you complain, oh, this guy's too nice. Where's the line?
Richie,
it's not the woman's job to allow you to lead. You have to just do it. Yeah, but that's my point. That's my point.
It's not easy. It's just do it, bro. What's all this just do it all? Come in like Nike.
Junior's got it. If you've got something that you want to do,
you don't just do it, man. It don't work like that, bro. Let's talk reality.
Give me an example then. You got to break it down.
Huh?
You got to break it down, because you're talking abstractly now. You got to give me examples. Like, give me.
Bro,
Junior's being clear.
You've got a guy.
Junior's being proper clear about what he's saying.
You're either in a relationship or you're married. Okay. In the relationship or the marriage, the guy makes all the decisions, doesn't let you do nothing. Right? He's this guy. He's the guy that you're saying just do it. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna get this car. We're gonna do this. You cook. You do this. You do that. But then the lady's complaining. My man is too controlling. So okay, so that's a problem. So what does she want? She wants a guy more mellow, lets her make decisions. Two-way street, which is where I sit. I prefer to make.
Thank you.
I prefer both people to make decisions and both respect each other.
Co-efficiency.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But then on the other side, you've got the guy that's he's a nice guy and he's a leader, but the lady's not going to see him as a leader, because at the end of the day, he doesn't come across as the macho man. And because he doesn't come across as the macho man, it makes him look like he's weak, like he's not a leader, he's not a planner. Do you understand what I'm saying? She might talk bad about him to her friends that, oh, I don't feel my man is a leader. He doesn't really be decisive with it.
I understand what Junior's saying. There are some environments where you cannot just do it.
Like what?
Well, say for example, it's not your house and it's the other person's house, and there's, I don't know, the person might have family or whatever it is, that basically, again, if you're not in someone else's house, if you're not in your own house, there's certain things that you just can't do. You just can't do things. You can't say, all right, no, move out of the way. I'll do this. I'll clean this. I'll do this. It's not your house. There's certain rules before you came. Say again?
But
not everyone's a leader. Not everyone's a boss. You're not a leader, bro. You're not leading me.
Is a leader someone that says you do this and that's that?
How can you be leading me in my own house? Lead me. Bring us to our home.
Lead me. I agree with what Junior's saying. There are definitely examples, there are environments where you can't just, you know what, I'll do that, get out of my way, because it might just be a case what you're doing is wrong, and then they won't like that the same way.
Listen, I agree with Richie. You don't ask permission. If you're a man, you're dominant, you take control and you lead her, and trust me, that woman will follow. I love a dominant man. I would not be objecting to it.
That's you.
Oh, you're dominant. I'm like, okay. That will make me weak to my knees. I'll be happy.
that's what I'm saying. You're not seeing that.
Karida, no, I understand where you're coming from because I agree. Well, but you don't want. There's a difference between a dominant man and a controlling man.
Yeah, that's different.
That's the thing, though. The thing is that men are automatically thinking that dominance and controlling links. There's no link between.
And it doesn't. Because let me tell you.
That's what I said.
Okay, you're right.
That's what I said.
Let me tell you, I've been with men that are dominant, and they're the nicest men I've ever been with.
Woman, I agree that is a sexy thing to do, and as a lot of men, we embrace that. That's good. We like
sexy.
To take the lead. It's sexy. You get me? But all I'm trying to say is, in order for it to be a successful motion, we need to have that respect. And
I agree. And my point is, my point is, and the point as you've been saying, and Heather said, and Kay said, and Ope said, if you're in that, and even Richie said, if you're in that and the woman's not respecting you, then why are you still there?
No,
that's the issue.
It's not. I'm not saying that anyone's in that. What I'm saying is, we all tend to be in that because. Are you telling me every girl in this chat, every single thing in a relationship, you're telling me that you listen and you respect and you understand it?
But it's not about every single thing. We already said that. It's not about a guy saying what I say.
We all have flaws.
It's not about that. But then also, you even touched on it yourself when you said like, a man will ultimately make the choice, but he will consider what his woman said. That's fine. No one's saying that when a woman says something, you should do it. And a man, like, you come together, you have a discussion, and he says, okay, you know what, that makes sense. I'm gonna go with that because as a leader, he knows she knows her shit. Like, she knows that. Yeah, let's go with that. You know what I mean? He knows enough. His ego's not like big enough that he can't say, nah, man. She made, he can say, actually, my wife made a decision and I'm happy with that.
Nah, man.
So, I think, huh?
Nah.
That's a joke.
No, sorry. Tori, continue. Sorry.
Continue, Tori.
I think what you're saying, I just think it depends on the women.
In a relationship, there's two of you. You're telling me every single decision you listen to. Is that what you're telling me?
It's not about every single decision. 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 As Ope said, things are gonna get right, things are gonna get wrong. It's a partnership, it's a balance. Things are gonna go off, things are gonna go right, things are gonna go off. But the point is how you start is important. If you start and you start with a woman and the disrespect is there, then it's doomed. Like Heather said, it's doomed.
No, but this is the problem. You keep going back to how it's
doomed. When the disrespect is doomed, you're right. I agree. That's when you need to leave.
This is the thing. It's not always from the start. I'm not. No, don't get me wrong. You feel like I'm just saying, ladies, men as well. Men as well in a relationship.
When I tell you that the respect is from the start.
Develop certain traits and we start behaving.
The respect is from the start.
So
from the start, the respect's from the start. It's like, yeah.
What Junior's saying is, I think what Junior's saying is, the disrespect didn't start at the start. I think that's what Junior's going to say.
There's people that have been together 50 years that still disrespected each other, man. It's not about from the start. I'm just saying.
No, I don't understand what you're saying.
I think he's saying. I mean, I think we can all agree that if someone starts a relationship, they're not going to be disrespectful at the beginning because you don't know each other. When you get to know each other.
Junior, saying that there's relationships.
You can't have disrespect at the beginning of a relationship.
If I meet someone and I know I can chat to them wild, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try and chat to them wild. And if they take it, boy, that's disrespect right there. And if you keep taking it, yes. Oh my God, women do that all the time. Whether you men realize
I'm trying to test men.
That is a woman's MO though. That is how women.
Rich is always going on about this. Like Rich is always going on about this.
That's how women. Because I might sense a bit of weakness.
Then you shouldn't be with that man. You should not be courting that man.
That's why I'm testing him. If he fails, then I'm not with him.
Life's a test. You're black. Wake up.
He's not for you. There's no need to test.
Life's a test. There's no need to test.
He's not for you. So yeah, as I was saying, if your intuition senses a man is weak near the beginning of the relationship, and you have the choice to throw grenades at him to test him, or to talk to see, all right, then this is what I'm feeling from you. To probably try to find out what's going on or leave. I would say don't throw grenades at him. You could talk if you see that maybe he might be able to change, or just leave. But don't throw grenades. That's what I'm thinking.
Listen, from what I've learned from men, you can't change a man. If I'm feeling that from the beginning, then no man's a project. You are who you are. There are certain men that I know I cannot chat to like that, and that's what I want. That's what I want, and I know that about myself. But if I sense that in you, and if I have to test you and you fail that test, and I'm not gonna keep throwing grenades at you, I will just leave. We'll be friends, whatever. I will just leave.
I just think it's unnecessary to even start throwing the grenades. That's all.
No, it's not unnecessary. Because you might have not had the opportunity to show me that in you yet.
Can I just say something, Heather?
Yeah, but why does it have to be rushed? Why can't it be natural? Why can't it happen in life? Like you're going through this adventure together, right? Yeah, and definitely there's got to be obstacles along the way. Every obstacle is a test.
What if you met a woman who was very out of shape and you didn't like how she looked? Would you wait for her to go gym, skinny herself up, and then be with her?
No, I wouldn't be with her.
Exactly. I wouldn't wait for a man to get dominant either. So that's your answer.
No, it's not. It's not about no. Well, you can sense dominance in the first date you go on.
Yes, you can.
You can, right? That's what I'm saying. But you don't need to start testing.
Not always. I don't think
I won't test you.
Not always. I don't think you can always. I think women do have a high intuition. Yes, cool, that's true. But you can't always dictate or sense that in the beginning. Not always. You can't. People show different things. As Junior rightly said, people show different things in different ways. So what you think it may be a certain way may not be that way. So in the beginning, you may not sense it. You may not sense things. And also in the beginning of relationships, everyone's lovey-dovey, showing their greatness, showing their great side and all this stuff. You need to break into that. That needs to break in and see what's really there. Do you know what I mean?
You need to have arguments.
Right? People can finesse, women can finesse the same way men can finesse in the beginning, so you may not. So what Heather's saying is, when she senses it, she's like,
If we're going on this subject, what Junior has been saying, I've been agreeing with the most, because for me, he sounds like he's talking clarity in terms of we're compromising more so in relationships now. It's more your partner, some power, then you have a bit of power.
Yes.
Back and forth. But what it sounds like to me, I could be slightly wrong, is that some of the women on here is saying that they want the man to dominate full time. And I don't think, I've been in relationships where I have dominated full time through the whole relationships. I've been a bit more submissive. I decided that I wanted a relationship which is more equal and more compromising. I think out there, yes, you can find men who do want to lead the full time. And I do know men like that. I don't want to be that type of guy. But there is men like that. So the question, can men be like that? Yes, they can, I'm sure, because I see it all the time. But I think I agree with someone else who said it again. It might be Junior, it might be someone else that said, can the woman be submissive the whole time? I think some of you, Karina, I don't think you can be submissive the whole time.
I didn't say I can. I said I know when to simmer. I didn't say I can.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you want a relationship that is compromising, hence the same one I want, the same one wants. We want relationships which are compromising. You don't want which is a dominant person. It sounds like it.
Agreed. I think we agree. I think most of us agree with that as well. But yeah.
Question. But I feel like I still get the sense that overall men want women to submit more than they compromise. Nah. Even if it's slightly, because I think that when the woman submits, they feel more respected. Even if it's slightly, even if they're not dominating all the time, I feel like they want to be dominant most of the time. That's what I still feel.
Guys, do you agree?
Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's fine. I still feel like they still want the women to submit a little bit more.
Nah,
it wouldn't be equal. It wouldn't be equal. It wouldn't be like.
I personally feel. Well, again, I can't talk for every man here, and I guarantee you, for every man that's involved in this whole thing, we're probably gonna have different. I don't know, different opinions about the whole thing. I personally want something where it's balanced, coefficient. Don't get me wrong, I cook, I can clean, I can look after myself. When I do get a family, I'll probably be doing the same. Not as to saying all the time, but yeah, babe, you know what? I'll do the first 3 days of the week, you do the last 3 days of the week. And then, I don't know, we'll take it in turns doing the kids' washing and that. Just something sort of coefficient. If I pay for, I don't know, the extension on the house, then, okay, you want to buy the new car, okay, then go and grab the new car. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of what's the word? Yeah, that sort of balance that I'm looking for.
But that's too surface level, because you're very like it's little decisions in a relationship. I'm talking like the man is about big picture decisions. The woman is about the small picture decisions. That's how we work together.
Okay, now a bigger picture. Okay, fair enough. You know what? I've just landed my job.
You look like small picture decisions.
Well, let me say my thing, innit? Okay, yeah, a bigger picture decisions, right? But again, a bigger picture. Would you say buying a house is a big picture?
Yeah.
That's a big picture, innit? It's one of the biggest decisions you're going to make in your life, right?
Yeah.
Moving to a different location in the world, that's a big decision, right? You're making, isn't it?
Mm.
But to make that decision, I have to go and talk to the girl. So you're trying to say that being a leader is, okay, I've got a job in Dubai now. She's got a job in her career and she's flying in that. But you know what? Everything, we all have to drop sticks because I've got a new job and we're all going to move to Dubai. And I'm going to make that decision on my own without having your opinion about it.
No, you can have an opinion, but that's as a man, you're the leader. That's what you're gonna do, right?
Yeah, but then
that's what you're doing.
Nah, yeah, you're gonna do it.
No, Richie, I don't think I agree with that one.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
I can't disrupt someone's life like that. That's mad. You're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to debate.
But you're a partnership.
Yeah, that's not being a. Yeah, we're a partnership. But you're not acting like a partnership. You're thinking about the other person.
You think about yourself.
Then what's the outcome? If the outcome of having that career in Dubai, whether it's going to benefit the whole family, whole partnership, isn't that a good decision? In the end,
it depends on what the other person thinks.
What's the other person?
Remember, Paul said that.
But I'm saying
is flying in their job. They're doing well in their job and everything. And then you said, okay, this is the big decision. We're moving to another country because I have
a job and we're going to move here.
So I don't agree with that. I don't feel that, if the man has the bigger picture decision and that one will fly through, I don't think that it's a balance and relationship. I think there's that level of submission for the woman is way below her losing her own herself or what she wants to be.
How if she can
because
get a job
she doesn't really want to do it, but she's listening to him. That's it.
She's listening to him.
Really doesn't want to do it.
But then you get how women work, because if you're determining that decision, you're like, I planned it out. We're going to do this, and this, and this is going to happen. Woman is going to follow you. Woman is going to follow you.
It's not a small thing. This is a big thing. It's not a small thing.
A woman will follow me to rent that house in Enfield. Do you know what I'm saying? She'll follow me to buy that Volkswagen Golf. She's not going to follow me to buy it.
Have you tried it? Have you tried it?
Her friends, her family, her job that she likes, gone, finished.
Have you tried it, or are you just speaking from?
I know women have done it.
It's not the case that we're trying to air what you're trying to say. We're trying to air all the aspects, the components of what you're trying to say, and I believe that's not proper balance. I don't believe that's the balance.
That's not balance.
She obviously doesn't want to do it. She obviously doesn't want to do
it. Yeah. So I was gonna say is a point that Richard made. I don't think you brought up again was the fact you said that if the decision that's going to Dubai is going to benefit everyone, then you should do it. And what I said to reply was that is, yeah, okay, if it's a decision that's gonna help everyone and better the future and the bigger picture of your family, then yeah, but the woman still has to agree to that though. She has to be like, okay, yeah, you still have to explain that to her and show her that. You can't just be like, okay, we're gonna go, it's great for everyone, let's go. Do you know what I mean? It's still gonna be a thing.
He's saying we just go.
I think there's a balance between like what Paul and David are saying and Richie is saying. Like, if it's a decision that's gonna, okay, yeah, this is gonna be great for the family, then sit and talk about how it's gonna be great for the family, and the woman still has to decide if she wants to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you say, oh yeah, we're gonna go. Well, let's go. Let me say something. I think what David said is true. It was like a violation. Like, I'm not in. Like, I can't just. You're just gonna up and shit me wherever I go.
I think what you all forgot is that the actual original question when Paul mentioned it is that the woman is flying in her job. She's flying high in her job. So that was we can have so many different scenarios of it's beneficial for the whole family. But go ahead, Julia.
David, let me say something quickly. Go ahead. So this is the point. Again, what I said earlier. Talking submissive as she thinks she is. Because Richie's right in what he's saying in a way, i.e. if it was a leader in a relationship and he said in Dubai, you just go. You don't question.
Yeah, but we've already established.
And I do know people like that.
I agree with you, Zeph, but we established that it isn't going to be a blind dictatorship. We already established it's not that.
No, but
Like,
it needs to be.
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah?
We already established that submissiveness, the word submissive is following and going no matter what.
It's what Richard said. That's exactly what Richard said.
That's the word, but we said that's not actually what's happening. That's not what we're defining it to be here. We've already said that. That's you're right. What you're saying is right. It's true. But we've already said that we're going to redefine what submissiveness is, and there's going to be a balance in that, right? That's what we said.
But then, can I just say something? With all of that, what's the whole point of testing your man then? What's the point of testing? Because you want to test him to the point where he makes a decision, and that's that.
That's a good point.
But the test and the action are different things.
That's a good point.
Why test him if it's going to come to
So let Heather speak because she's answering you.
In terms of the test, which is what I brought up, I think the test and the action are different things.
But I understand where everyone's coming from, but I think that in a scenario like that, I think when the idea comes up of I'm thinking the man is thinking about going to Dubai, you immediately inform your wife. Okay, babe, this opportunity has come up. What are you thinking? So that she can consider her options too. Yeah, and then obviously you come with your plan, as in like this is what is going to happen. This is how it's going to benefit our household. And she can start thinking about, okay, what are my options too? Especially if she's flying high in her career and all that jazz. It's all about thinking about what is the benefit for the household. It's not just you, it's not just me, it's the household. So if that career decision that he's saying is good for the whole household, then that means that I might have to sacrifice my career for my husband. As long as it's not that you just come and said, babe, we're up, we're going. No.
Agreed.
The time that the decision has been made. I mean, the time that it's even come to you as a proposal for you to move to another country.
I have some friends who are like that still now to this day. I have some friends who will say to their partner, look, this is what I'm doing. And their partner won't question it.
So, and I think that's...
You're talking about 1930s or whatever.
But that's good for them.
Different relationships.
That's good for them.
It's not one rule fits all.
Agreed.
It's okay.
Agreed.
Does that sound cool to you?
Submissive.
Does that sound okay to you?
I think you just said again,
Richie. I'll just say something.
Richie.
Yeah, Zeph, what you just said, does that sound cool to you? Like, does that sound like a healthy relationship to you?
Yeah, but that's my point. My point is they have some of those relationships. They're actually happy. They're happy. Like
who's happy?
It's in full control. They've been together. I know one couple specifically. They've been together since they were pretty much in school, and they're in one of them's close to 40s now, and they're happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
That says the woman does.
And I think that's going back to what was in the beginning. It's like, and in relationship, the man and the woman that's in it, they define what it is. Like, we could talk about what it is here, but in a relationship, the man, they define that for themselves in that relationship. Like, no one can come and say, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. It's like, as a man, and you're doing that, you're together. That is even something you're doing together, you're defining it. That's actually something you're doing together as well. So there are going to be men that are out there like saying like what I say goes, and I see that all the time in Nigeria, and I see women in Nigeria. Yeah, I love it. Like, you know what I mean? I see it here. I see it in so many places. But there is the flip side. There's even relationships where the woman's leading, and she's, you know what I mean? And the guy's like, I'm cool with it.
Okay, so we're going to conclude. Do men know how to lead, and do women know how to submit? I'll start with you first, Seth.
Okay, so in my opinion, you know how to lead, and do not know how to submit. That's going on this conversation we just had even the whole time, where it sounds to me, although a lot of the women are saying they would submit, to me it sounds like they want more of a compromising sort of relationship, which I'm happy with, and a lot of my friends are happy with. But if we're sort of defining submission, I don't feel that women know how to submit going on this conversation.
Yep.
Do men know how to lead? Yes. Do women know how to submit? Yes. I think it comes down to how you want to be led as a woman, and a man, how you want your woman to submit. I think that is what I've concluded from this discussion.
I think men definitely know how to lead if they have the support and respect of their partner. I believe that men can be very creative and have a lot of good ideas, but it just depends on if they are allowed to express these ideas. And I think that, yeah, definitely women do submit, but there are also, unfortunately, a lot of women that do not believe in it and don't respect their partner. So it really just depends on the couple and the particular relationship. But in an ideal world, I think there shouldn't be a dominant person. It should be two people coming together, bringing both ideas to the table, and then coming to a reasonable conclusion at the end of it all.
Do men know how to lead? I feel like they can. Actually, no. I don't think that all men know how to lead. I'm sorry. But I think that some can be very capable of leading. Can women submit? Not all women can submit, but I do feel like lots of women do want to submit.
Yeah, men can lead, women can be submissive. Going with this discussion where we try to establish the definition of submission. I mean, we all know the actual, as someone said, textbook definition of submission. But we all agreed with, all right, in terms of submission, it's about that trust and respect, and decision making is not only 100% with the man, but there's a collaboration between both parties in order to make that decision. But as I remember Junior said, at the end, it's the man's choice.
Can men be leaders? Yes. Put simply, I'm taking a girl out on a date. That's me leading that process. Can women be submissive? Yes, because in that same scenario, you have to be submissive to accept an invitation to go on a date. So yeah, on both sides.
Okay, to me, from this conversation as well, I think women can submit. I think it's down to the man. Is he able to lead? Because I think women will submit by default if a man is enough of a leader. So I'm taking all the responsibility away from the women. It's down to the men now. If you're a good enough leader, you'll be able to lead any woman.
I actually agree with Richard. I think, like I said, it's in the nature of a woman to be submissive to a man. It's like our truest desire. And I know a lot of women are gonna eat me, like come for me. But I genuinely believe that women want to submit to men, but they're finding it hard to submit. And that's because of the caliber of men that's out there. And I think that's the reason why they see submission as very negative, because it's like, well, I can't submit to that kind of man. Like, he's just not really cutting it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why a lot of women see it as a negative thing. But I think also, I don't know, I feel like, specifically in the Black community, I feel like men are clouded by a lot of what they're experiencing, especially in the UK. And because there's this whole movement of independent women and stuff like that, men are sort of taking a step back. So now women are taking a step forward. And the more steps forward women are taking, the more step back men are. I feel like once a man understands his purpose and a woman trusts his purpose, she's going to follow you. That's a given. And even the toughest and the hardest and the most alpha women, she's going to follow you. So the woman has to trust that you're able to lead her, because she's leaving her own instinct. She's sacrificing all her beliefs to follow you. That means that I am sacrificing myself, my being, to follow you, and my babies are going to follow you as well, because their future is in your hands. Our future is in your hands. For me, the most scariest experience I've ever had is being with a man who has no idea where he's going to be. Where he is going. I was more afraid of my future with him than my future alone. It was the scariest experience.
Wow, seriously?
Because that's a question. That's a question I would ask to the guys. Considering this whole podcast is "Men, is everything okay?" Do the men here? Do you have a purpose? you have like a North Star that you're like, every day you wake up and like, I'm doing this with my life.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but that's my point. My point is
if we
to
don't have
me,
any purpose, then that we're lost.
What kind of age did you kind of find out like, yeah, I'm doing this with my life?
Oh, I would for me, I would say when my firstborn, I think certain things changed in me a lot. A lot of things changed because that is when my real purpose began. And yeah, I'd say that. So when was that? It's like 20, I can't remember now, 20 something, early 20s, I'd say.
Early 20s, man. After uni.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's it.
I mean, I've always had some kind of purpose, but then if you have purpose, you also have to have some focus. Okay. People can always have a little purpose to do, but if there's no focus in there, then it will always go astray. And my focus and purpose really came about is when my children came, because that gave me something else to say, all right, I have to be this person in order to see this through to the end. So yeah, 20 something.
Yeah.
Seth?
you kind of know my situation. Like when I was younger, I was focused on one goal, and then, you know, I got with my ex and it went west. Like, my belief, my 100% belief is that it doesn't matter how many times you fall, it matters how many times you get up and head in whatever direction you want to go. But I'm back on my path again, and my head's strong, and I know exactly what I want to do. It's just putting all the pieces together. And I think Ope touched on a good point where, you know, people that don't know where they're going is the scariest thing. I think most men don't have the exact direction, but they do have a sort of idea of where they want to go, and they're working towards that. You have ambition. That's what ambition is, isn't it? You're trying to work towards that goal. So I think I've always had that, and most people have that, and that's what you should strive towards.
Yeah, I think for me, yes, it's quite similar. So yeah, just literally, well, just after uni was my first sort of, what's the word, taste of purpose, where I kind of, because that was when I started studying what I was qualifying for in accounting, and that was when I kind of knew the career path I wanted to go to. But I guess now, more recently, after having a few jobs under my belt, I kind of have a better understanding now of the kind of direction where I want to go to. So like Zeph said, it is all about life experiences, and the more you do stuff, the more you learn, the more experience you get, then you're going to actually know that this is where I kind of want to be. So yeah, for me, it's the same. It's just life experiences. But I've always had that drive. For me, college or uni was just that, yeah, have fun, mess about, rah, rah, rah. But after that, it was like, yeah, focus. You get me?
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for joining in on the conversation today. The conversation went on and on and on.
I blame Tori for that.
Why? Not really.
But honestly, I'm so grateful. I feel like we came to somewhat of a conclusion. I'm not sure if we completely agree, but there was some kind of a conclusion. But yeah, your input was very valuable. So thank you so much for tuning in, and have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you.